Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, July 3rd, 2022, and I have your daily updates for you. XRP is sitting at 31 cents. Solo is sitting at 22 cents. Aquarium is sitting at 29 cents. In today's updates, I have a guest joining me. His name is Jayse from Cosmic Orgins. He's going to be joining the podcast. We have a cool conversation. Make sure to stick around for that. And now I have some updates for you. Last night, crypto was on full display at the UFC. VeChain was highlighted as a sponsor. Crypto.com was highlighted as a sponsor. The main star, the main event, Israel Adesanya walks out wearing a Crypto.com t-shirt. Millions were exposed to crypto last night. This is good. This is good. This is what we want to see. One of the most important updates I have for you guys today, I want to make sure you guys basically take custody. That's what this whole journey is all about, becoming financially sovereign from middlemen. Right now, there's been two big incidents, Celsius and now Voyager. This is some recent news, July 1st. Major crypto broker Voyager Digital suspends all trading deposits and withdrawals. This also happened with Celsius. 3 weeks has gone by where Celsius customers have not been able to remove their assets from Celsius. You guys have to know the golden rule to crypto. Rule number one, joining crypto, not your keys, not your Bitcoin, or not your keys, not your coins. If when you're signing up for an exchange, any type of thing to do with cryptocurrency where you store crypto, and they do not provide you with your private keys, that key phrase when you sign up, then basically the exchange has control of your assets. And that is not good because you could be stuck in situations like the people at Voyager and the people at Celsius. So I'm going to quickly go over some of the wallets that I use. And for XRP, for a quick free wallet that you could download right on your phone, is Xumm, XUMM. This is free to use, and when you sign up, they will give you private keys. So make sure to remove your XRP from Uphold to an exchange with private keys. For cold storage, I believe this is the best in the game, Decent. This is the most easy and safe hardware wallet. I prefer over Ledger now. It has all the XRPL trust lines, even Stellar trust lines. It could also do ERC20s. So basically everything you could imagine could be stored easily on Decent. In my opinion, it's the best. For Cosmos, if you want to participate in Cosmos, this is a free wallet called Kepler, Keplr. This one's great if you want to participate in staking your Atom or any Cosmos token. Some other news, important news, Ripple launches a 200 million hackathon for CBDCs, interoperability and financial inclusion. Interesting that they launched this project right after the white paper was announced. But what we know is the one blockchain designed for CBDCs. I don't know any other project out there that's designing their blockchain around CBDCs. You know, CBDCs are for central banks. That means Aquarium is designed for central banks. Do people realize that? I don't see any other, blockchain advertising themselves as a blockchain solution for CBDCs. I don't think people have access to call up a central banker. You know what I'm saying? Most of these devs. So that's why I'm super bullish on Aquarium. So make sure you guys, the reason I'm interviewing Jayse, I just was on his channel. I did a great episode with XRP, Solo Core, and Cosmos. We talked about IBC is all you need to be free on this channel, on this interview. So his channel is Cosmic Origins. So Jayse is going to be joining me next. Make sure to check out the interview I did on his channel. And remember, this entire ecosystem is brought to you by the Zen Lounge. I am my own sponsor. You notice there are no ads on these YouTube updates. This entire ecosystem is powered by the Zen Lounge. Basically, if you become a member, you'll be able to join my private Discord, and you'll also be able to join weekly workshops with me. So consider joining the Zen Lounge, $15 a month or $150 for the year, and support this ecosystem. All right, guys, I'm going to go on to my conversation with Jayse. Have an awesome day, guys, and peace. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, for the morning updates, we have a special guest. We have Jayse from Cosmic Origins. Jayse, please tell us about your channel.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on, Zach. Appreciate it. So yeah, my channel is called Cosmic Origins, and I started it back in early 2017, I think. It's been about 5 years now, and it originally I felt called to talking about things related to kind of spiritual self-help, meditation, that kind of thing. Those were my original video topics, and then my educational background at the time, I was going to college for aerospace engineering, so I was discovering a lot about black budget space programs, things like that, secret technologies. I had professors that were like working on that kind of stuff and like kind of dropping hints. So I felt called to making videos about that kind of stuff. And then I was in this kind of disclosure community of similar people. So I was making a lot of videos about that. I was making a lot of videos about 17, doing updates on 17. And then that's what really kind of got my channel shadow banned, and I got a bunch of strikes on my channel. And so I've since pretty much removed all the content on that. And then 2020, I started getting into crypto, XRP. And since then, most of my content has pretty much revolved around XRP, the quantum financial system, and then kind of tying that into the other things that I used to talk about. So that's kind of my channel in a gist.
Well, thank you so much for hopping on the show today. I'm very curious. So, how are you keeping a positive mindset in this bear market?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me, the biggest thing is I'm grateful for the state of the market right now because it's giving us so much more opportunity to get to where we want to be. So, we could be in a bull market right now, hypothetically, and, be loving life, making money, but the real opportunity is made in these moments. So to me, I'm grateful as long as this market keeps being cheap and going on like this, because it's giving me the opportunity to generate more cash flow, put it into crypto, and I'm just growing my bags. So, even if it's a couple more years of this, which I don't think it will be, but even if it is, I'm grateful for that. And it just gives us that opportunity to keep on stacking. And, just like with the SEC lawsuit, seems like it was a bad thing at first, but then we realized that we were able to, double triple our bags from that point, because it was just such a great opportunity. So for me, I just stay grateful for that, and keep that in mind, and just keep moving forward, generating cash flow, and not being reliant upon that too, like knowing that we can create our lives to be amazing outside of crypto, and then when crypto hits, it's going to be that much better. But we can create you know the best life that we can for ourselves right now, with health, with other kinds of abundance in our life, other kinds of richness. And I think it's important to keep that in mind.
So, yeah, you mentioned XRP a few times already. How long you been involved with XRP? You mentioned the lawsuit. A lot of people forget when the lawsuit was announced, XRP dropped all the way down to 17 cents. Like it's at 30 cents right now, but a lot of people that are new did not experience that big dip. You know what I'm saying? So there's been like crypto is a wild ride. It's a wild, wild ride. So, but yeah, how long have you been a member of the XRP army?
I've been a member of XRP Army a little over 2 years now. So I started getting into crypto beginning of 2020, basically like January 2020, end of 2019, right before the craziness hit. And I always had a weird vibe about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I wasn't drawn to crypto specifically because I felt like those were keeping me like blocked from seeing what was really going on. And then at one point, a friend of a friend I was hanging out with was like, "Hey, there's this crypto called XRP. It's at 17 cents right now." And that number for me was just like a synchro. And I was like, "Oh, I think I should probably pay attention to this." And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty much the new quantum system. And it's connected to 17 in certain ways." And I felt from that moment like this light bulb go off in my head. And immediately I went and bought some, and held it for like a couple months. And then it was like after that, after 4 or 5 months of holding it, I kept getting this like voice in my head that was like, "Okay, you got to do the research now about why you're holding it. Like, it's good that you got some, but you need to educate yourself and do the research and figure out why you have this thing and what the value of it is." And then that took me down that whole rabbit hole, and here we are.
So tell us why. Why? Tell us the why. Like, what are the benefits that you like about it?
Well, for one, I mean, it's essentially quantum. You know, when we talk about the quantum financial system, some people like that, they resonate with that. Other people kind of get triggered by those words. I think that it is a reflection of how, you know, frictionless the system is. So, you know, when we compare XRP to obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin and excuse me, Bitcoin and Ethereum are not practical or scalable for the masses and specifically for payments. And so for myself, I've always, you know, been frustrated by the traditional payment system, whether I'm just trying to like send money back and forth to my family or like, you know, pay friends or whatever. Like there's always been these hangups where it just, you know, it takes days to transfer money sometimes to go from bank to bank. And it was always so frustrating. So to see this new system that was essentially quantum, it was frictionless and it just felt so right. There was something intuitive about it that I just felt was so spot on. And I felt like it was inevitable and it was the future. And yeah, so basically the technology of it and then the intuitive vibe behind it was just like the double whammy. And I was like, okay, this is it. Like this is the basis of the new financial system. And I could see how everything could be built on top of this. And this would create financial sovereignty for the masses. And financial sovereignty, I think is, you know, I think David Schwartz even said this, that financial sovereignty or financial freedom, the freedom of finances is one of the core, if not the core freedoms that other freedoms are built off of. So, you know, freedom of speech or freedom to bear arms, for example, you need freedom of finances to be able to properly express those other freedoms, right? To be able to buy arms, to be able to pay for transportation or for events, to be able to properly voice yourself on a public space. These require freedom of finances. And so the old powers that were, I think, were restricting us in, you know, obviously financially so that, you know, it would prevent us from being able to properly express our other freedoms. And now we have this new system and we're seeing that, you know, it is the most sovereign place to store money on, you know, on the blockchain, on a private wallet, and no one can freeze it. No one can take it. No one can do any of that. So to me, that's like, that's huge for personal sovereignty for, you know, the people like us, we the people.
Do you believe the fact that you did your own research and went deep into the technical aspects is, you said, you know, you believe this new system is inevitable. Do you believe the fact that you've done this research is helping you have confidence to keep, you know, following your plan, keep investing through this time period when everyone's saying, you know, crypto is potentially dead and we're in a bear market? Like, is that helping you keep moving forward, do you believe?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely helping me keep the faith because I have the, you know, I just have a lot of faith that this is the right path and the right timeline. And I haven't ever really doubted it once. There's not been a moment where I've considered in some crazy mindset, like selling all my XRP. Never happened. So that's a good sign to me. And yeah, I think it definitely has.
So you mentioned core, and you brought me on to speak at one of your workshops. So you were hosting a workshop, and it was all about. You asked me to talk about Sologenic, and you asked me to talk about Quarium. So, you know, are you a believer of Sologenic, and do you like what it's bringing and contributing to the XRP ledger? And tell us about that.
Yeah, Solo was another one of those projects that when I heard about it, I felt that like kind of intuitive light bulb go off, so to say. And I think that it is, you know, it's bringing so much to the XRP ledger that the XRP ledger doesn't innately have built into it because it's focusing on its key optimized utility, which is the speed and the transactions in that use case. I kind of picture it as like a sports car, like a Ferrari, and you want the Ferrari to do the races. You don't want the Ferrari to do the heavy lifting. You don't want the Ferrari to do the tractor's job, right? So to me, like Solo and then Core, but Solo is like the introduction of bringing in some of these other utilities, including, you know, decentralized NFT marketplace, liquidity hub, you know, the tokenized stocks and ETFs and things like that, that we're kind of seeing other blockchains also implement, but no one's fully done it yet. But the XRP ledger is really like the place to do it with everything that we know about it and the utility that it has. So to me, Solo is like right on the money with what they're doing.
What about Quarium? You like what Quarium's doing? Like you think Quarium's gonna be big?
Yeah, I like that. I like that Corium is, even though it's bridged to the XRPL, I like that it's its own blockchain and that it is a bonded proof of stake instead of the FBA Federated Byzantine Agreement based protocol that XRP, XLM, and Flare use. I think that FBA protocol is specifically for that utility use case of the speed and the security and like almost like a military grade security. And then Core with the bonded proof of stake, I think will open up all these other passive income opportunities. So again, it's like, we're going to keep the Ferrari to do the Ferrari's job with the FBA protocol with that like military grade security basically. And then Core is going to be using this bonded proof of stake, which is very similar to what many other investors are already familiar with within the DeFi space. Like pretty much everyone is familiar with staking. So it's a concept that I think retail wise, the masses will be able to adopt and understand very quickly. And then of course the institutional end with the CBDCs with Core 2 and the ability to bring on, huge amounts of money through these CBDCs and government banking ties, I think it's just, it's like the holy grail. And, I'm also into Flare, and I think that they can co-harmonize. So there's been discussions about how they're directly competing, and I think that they actually have their own niches and their own use cases where Flare can, when it comes out, if it does what it's supposed to, it'll succeed in that. And I think Core will have another niche, and they can harmonize, and they're not like directly competing like I think a lot of people think they are. So Core, I'm very bullish on. It's become pretty much my second biggest holding now behind XRP. And yeah, I'm really excited for what's to come. We have a little bit of time over the next 6 months before it, gets fully implemented, but we could see, I think we'll see demand rise in that time and prices go up. So with the current state of the market, it's a really good opportunity. I think right now, I think Core is the exact same price as XRP, pretty much 1-to-1.
Yeah, there's been some FUD going on, so it's giving people another opportunity. And so, being a member of the XRP army for the past 2 years, what are your thoughts on the emergence of the actual community of Solo Nation? You hold Solo now, so now you're Solo Nation, XRP army. What are your thoughts on Solo Nation basically exploding in the past few weeks?
I think that the way that the Solo team went about doing that was very, very smart. They realized, that the community aspect of crypto is probably the most important thing behind the technology and use case itself. And they went for it, and they knew what to do. They asked the community, what do we call ourselves, right? They didn't say we're going to be called this and just declare it like a lot of projects would. They asked the community, which I thought was really cool. And the community voted Solo Nation. We all voted on Twitter, and then that's what they called it. And now they're putting together an in-person event in Vegas. And I think that it's just brilliant. It's a brilliant way to bring the community together and to create more hype around the project. And I think it's going to work out really well for them. So proud to be a member of Solo Nation for sure.
Nice. So, I think this is a great opportunity now. You've been in the space for 2 years. I'm sure you've had lots of lessons and learnings through this 2-year process. Through this, you probably gained wisdom. So do you have any wisdom that you could share a new person getting into crypto to help shortcut their success? And it's not financial advice. It's just your personal experience.
Yeah, that's a good question. So from like a technical standpoint, I would say one of the biggest thing that I've learned probably like trial and error wise is to not try to gamble in the crypto markets, meaning not try to play the up and down trading game too much. So like when I first got in, man, I was trying all the leverage trading stuff on all the platforms and trying the, 50x, kind of leverage trades. And that just wrecked me. And I learned really fast that was not a good place to go. So for people that are brand new and getting in that may have that, desire to do kind of more of that gambling energy within the crypto space, I would say, unless you're really good at that and you have a history of being good at gambling or you've been trained on how to be a day trader, the better option is to do a dollar cost average approach. So, you put in a little bit of money this week or this month, a little bit of money next week or next month, whatever your flow is with where you're at financially and what you're able to do. And you just keep putting a little in. And that's been my strategy ever since, to dollar cost average my way in and then take advantage of the passive income opportunities. And I think for me, that's been one of the biggest winning decisions to maintain my portfolio and make sure that I'm not, losing out. You don't want to put yourself in a position where the market could do like, a quick dump because of some liquidity exit, and then you're screwed and you've lost like 50% of your bags because you're in like a leverage trade or something. So as long as you're dollar cost averaging and you're just in the normal market, you're not going to lose because, unless it completely goes to zero, you're not actually going to lose if you don't sell. So know what you hold, have faith and confidence in the projects that you've researched and that you feel good about. Continue to do that and continue to put a little bit of money, especially in these times, into those projects that you feel like are going to really be the winners in the next bull market.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You quickly learn dollar cost averaging, the marathon approach, buying in on the dips is one of the best ways to succeed in crypto long term. Well, Jayse, it's been great having you. I'm sure we'll do another episode soon. We've done tons of episodes in the past, the past 2 years. So it's great having you on. We got to know, what's a quick prediction that you have either for, the world events or for crypto markets? Give us some insights to some things that you're thinking, contemplating, some insights to what predictions you're predicting.
Yeah, that's predictions are get in trouble with that, but for the fun of it, just for the fun of it, we'll say something that I've been feeling more recently is that the when we get NFTs coming to the XRP ledger, natively, I think that has a very good chance of leading the next bull run.
You mean XLS 20 basically launching?
Yeah, XLS 20 and being able to have it natively. And I think Solo will be a part of this in terms of listing it on the marketplace and things like that, and just the integration, especially since Ripple is funding Solo. But I really feel like that the next wave, within the next year, probably in a summer is what I'm feeling. Maybe this summer, maybe next summer. But I think that NFTs on the XRPL with XLS 20 will eventually lead the bull run and decouple us from Ethereum and Bitcoin. And the main reason
needs to happen. We can't keep being on this 4-year cycle and expect mass adoption. There needs to be a new Kickstarter, I believe. And I've been saying the same thing. XLS 20, I believe, could be, the big domino.
Yeah, especially with what we're seeing with the kind of premature marketing of certain celebrity and like large kind of corporate, NFT projects that they're talking about coming to the ledger, and then how much Ripple themselves has been hyping up the NFTs with their various block parties and events in Austin and things like that at the Ripple House. They've really been supporting their NFT community, and the NFTs aren't even out yet.
I was going to highlight that NFT Ripple House in this video. I didn't highlight it this morning, but yeah, they just put together a compilation video from the whole event on Ripple,
nice,
on their Twitter account.
Nice.
Yeah, you could see Ripple talking about NFTs day and night, day and night. They're at the New York City convention. They put build mint NFTs in Times Square. Like they're in love with NFTs. So you could see that's a really big part of their game plan. Getting all the liquidity from non-blockchain assets onto the ledger, I think it's going to fundamentally change things.
I think they're going to dominate, dude. I think they're going to completely dominate the space. Like if we look at like what Ethereum's doing now and how much traction Ethereum has gotten in kind of the, public culture, but with the inaccessibility because of the gas fees and everything to like kind of the general public, it's kind of been geared more towards the pseudo celebrity crowd, right? I think that when we get this on XRP with XLS 20, it's just going to completely obliterate that, because we're going to be getting these huge celebrity deals, stuff like Lotus, stuff like Michael Jordan, and who knows what else is going to be coming out. And it's going to be cheap and accessible for the masses. And it's all going to be on the XRPL, which is so lightning quick and efficient. It's just going to be the best.
And you know what's going to be so great about it? The normies probably won't even realize they're doing it on the XRP ledger. Like, it's going to be so seamless. If you see the upgrades they're adding is to like you could just buy with your debit card, or you could send NFTs with the domain like you would with Cash App or Venmo. So it's like, it's going to seem so, you know, easy, natural. People won't even understand that they're using like some new tech. I think it's going to be, you know, just as smooth as using PayPal, I believe.
Which is kind of like how we've been thinking it'll happen within the financial system with the banks themselves, right? Like we might not necessarily need a big banking crash. Maybe it'll just be overnight where all of a sudden, you know, your Bank of America is using RippleNet and XRP on the back end, but on the front end, somebody like your grandma or your parents don't even know the difference. It's just like they're just using their bank like normal, but all of a sudden it's all instant.
And we have to remember, you know, everything Quorum is being built for is to enhance, you know, this whole, you know, new ecosystem, this new financial system with NFTs, with what Sologenic is doing as the marketplace for all these NFTs and stuff. Man, I'm so excited for the future. So great to have you on. We could do a deeper dive. This is just a morning update. Soon, we'd love to have you back. Make sure to follow Jayse on his channels, and come back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be filming some more updates for you guys. It is actually a big day tomorrow, July 4th. Hopefully we get some firework announcements tomorrow, but I'll be back tomorrow filming the daily updates. Jayse, thank you for coming, and everybody, peace.